Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to San Francisco. We are here counting down to kickoff, less than 3 days away, if you can believe it. I'm Joyce Taylor. Thanks so much for joining us once again tonight. We have a lot coming up for you in this next hour. We are, again, so close to Super Bowl Sunday. We have you covered from Washington all the way here to the Bay Area. Aside from the Seahawks and the Patriots, attention today was a lot on this man, Bad Bunny, Super Bowl 60's halftime performer. More from him coming up, too, along with other singers who are going to be taking the stage on Sunday, including Washington's Brandi Carlile. That was really the talk of the town today. Paul Sylvie's here with us in San Francisco tonight. What a treat. So great I can't believe you're here in the flesh. Okay, today is the last day that you got to hang out with the Hawks before they really get down to business now.
Yeah, and the big concern today was about Nick Eamon-Wari. You know, he had the injury in practice yesterday, but I'm telling you right now, the Seahawks wouldn't let Nick Eamon-Wari speak at the podium like he did today if it was a serious injury. He would not be available to the press. But he was at the podium today, and he did sound very optimistic that he is going to play Sunday. Here's much more from Nick and the reporters.
Just a little mishap had happened, just rolled my ankle, and I just didn't finish practice, so that was it.
How scary was that in the moment?
In the moment, you probably just, things happen, but, it's a Super Bowl week, so probably just a little, too much, but I'm good, though.
How are you feeling? You expect to play on Sunday?
Yeah, I expect to play on Sunday. I feel good. Training staff got a good plan for me, everything good, and just making sure I'm just rehabbing good, so.
Was it a bit of relief when you guys got the imaging back and there was no further damage?
Yeah, super relief. Doc told me I'm gonna be good. Just super young, healthy. So yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good to go.
How much of that is you'd be good to go in any Sunday, and how much of that is I'm not missing the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I think I would have been good to go any Sunday. Like for last week or 2 weeks ago, I think same outcome.
Are you planning to practice today?
I think they got a plan to do some walkthrough, maybe just from the precaution, just to hold me out a little bit, just to see, what's going on, but just walk through.
Got the same ankle that you hurt week 1?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be limited at all Sunday?
Nah, once I'm out there, my adrenaline will be pumping. It's gonna be, last game of the season, so I think I'll be good to go.
And Nick, you're up for Defensive Rookie of the Year tonight, NFL honors. Does that matter to you?
Yeah, for like a individual award, that would be huge, to add to my, young career. But, right now, kind of like, that would be cool, but, I think a Super Bowl ring would be, way better and, something I can actually, feel good about.
Also, Jax is up for Offensive Player of the Year. If you had to make a case for him, what would you want?
Watch the tape. Film don't lie. I think Jax definitely put on the show and definitely deserves that Offensive Player of the Year award. I remember games, like just watching teams going out there, they couldn't really stop him, game planning, double coverage, safety over top, knowing he's finna get the ball and he's still out there making plays. And shout out to Clint too, scheming him up and finding ways for him to get open, knowing teams are gonna double him and sometimes triple him. So he definitely my Offensive Player of the Year, so.
Sorry to make you repeat it, man, but just talk about the ankle, what happened yesterday, and just kind of how you feel today and heading into Sunday.
Yeah, it was just towards the end of practice, I have just rolled my ankle, kind of like caught me off guard. The practice wasn't like nothing crazy or nothing. We weren't like going hard out there, but just rolled it, and I'll be good to go for Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that.
Same ankle week 1?
Yeah, same ankle.
You think immediately,
Yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Like nobody really wants to get hurt or banged up during the Super Bowl week or any week at that. So it just kind of caught me off guard. Just a little scared, but Imogen came back and Doc spoke and we got a good plan to go for Sunday. So I'll be fine. I'll be good.
Did it feel differently than how
Yeah, it wasn't as severe to me. I felt like I could walk off on my own and just had to give it a chance, give it a break. So it feels good.
We heard from some veterans who said they kind of came to you early in the season and let you know, like, hey, this is an opportunity here. You're a young guy, but you got to step up. Like, For the young players, what does it mean to see those guys in the Super Bowl, a lot of them for the first time?
It feels good. I do remember that conversation. It was me, Julian Love, and Leo were walking at the end of practice, and we were just talking about, like, you know, how important this year is, and it's like, you know, that, like, why wait next year or look for the future when, you know, we got the team to do it now, and I'm gonna be a big role and be a big part of that. So, you know, that's kind of like what kind of stuck with me, and just actually being here in a moment, it's kind of like, you know, kind of like we knew we had the talent to be here, and now that we're actually here, we just got to go finish the job and just handle business like we always knew we would.
So it's good to hear from Nick Emmanwori today. Again, optimistic he's going to play on Sunday. And interesting that he brings up Jackson Smith-Njigba and gives him a vote of confidence, a lot of praise. He thought he should win Offensive Player of the Year. And, drum roll,
Guess
please.
what? The NHL honors tonight and FL honors tonight.
Yep.
And he took one of the big prizes.
Yep, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jackson Smith-Njigba. So he was one of the favorites to win it. Puka Nacua, the Rams receiver, certainly another Offensive Player of the Year candidate. But JSN wins the award tonight, the NFL Honor Show. He had nearly 1,800 yards receiving this year, and of course had all kinds of stats. When we talked to him in the off season about what he wants to do, he wanted to come in here and be a leader. But he's more proud, Joyce, of the plays he makes on third down and clutch situations than he is about catching touchdown passes. So that's a sign of just a quality guy. He's all for the team and not so much for himself. So great news for JSN.
I feel like that's the vibe for the team, actually.
Yeah,
that
the
they're
big
for the
brotherhood
team and not for
vibe
themselves.
for sure.
Okay, what about Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year goes to Mike Vrabel, the New England Patriots coach. What I found interesting about him is he's a tremendous coach. He's done a lot with not a whole lot.
Right.
Drake May's been an outstanding young quarterback, but he's only in his second year. The one thing I love about Vrabel is the history of him. He used to be a linebacker for the Patriots, and he won 4 Super Bowls as a player with the Patriots. But he also has 13 touchdowns in his career. He's a linebacker. They sent him out on tight end routes in the end zone. He caught 12, and he had a pick 6 for his 13th. So anyway, he's a good guy. Mike McDonald has a lot of respect for him. Yeah, I know. McDonald, certainly deserved a lot of respect as well. And but Vrabel gets Coach of the Year.
Okay, and Assistant Coach of the Year, do you know who that is yet?
No, not yet.
It's not out
but
yet.
I will say that the MVP is Matthew Stafford, as many people thought it would be. The Rams quarterback threw for 4,700 yards this year. And I think maybe the most impressive thing is I pull up my tremendous stats machine here, or phone, if you would like to call it that.
That's the secret right there.
He had 46 touchdown passes to just 8 interceptions. That is one impressive year. You can talk about the numbers and the yards and all that stuff, but to have 46 and 8 is ridiculous. So Matthew Stafford, well-deserved when it comes to NFL MVP, I think.
Good night.
Yep.
Not good night.
I was going to leave. Thanks. I'm out of here. Take it away, Joyce.
Just kidding. All right. Listen, this morning's focus was on the guy who's going to be the man of the hour for the Super Bowl halftime show. Everyone was talking about this. A lot of media surrounding it. They packed the news conference for Bad Bunny. It's safe to say that this was the most popular event so far this week. He did not answer any questions from the media, and mainly the focus was on his journey here to the Super Bowl.
3-time Grammy winner, Album of the Year winner, Bad Bunny.
All of that I've been working on this show on what we're gonna do on next Sunday. So it's been a lot. Of course, there's a lot of grateful and agradecimiento is how I've been feeling this whole year.
Did sports ever play a role in your life, even before music? Could it have been something else other than music? Was sports ever serious?
Well, I'm not good at sports, but I love sports. I come from Puerto Rico. There's a huge sport culture there: baseball, boxing, basketball, a lot of sport. Actually, we have a football player playing at the Super Bowl from Puerto Rico. So yeah, I grew up watching sport, playing sport, very bad, but I love sport. You always have to be proud about who you are, and and feel comfortable being yourself, feel proud about your history and where you're from, but don't let that limit yourself. Like, I know where I come from, but I also know where I can go. So definitely this is an album that is gonna be in my heart for my whole life. So yeah.
6 years ago, you were a guest on that stage. And it comes up every single year. I'm just going to ask it, are there surprises on Sunday? Are you preparing to bring any, are you going to do the same thing? Will you have guests on stage this Sunday?
Well, you know that's something that I'm gonna tell you. I don't know why you asked that.
We had to, man. We had to.
No, well, of course, I think I have a lot of guests. It's gonna be my family, my friends, or all the Latino community around the world that support me and believe in me. People only have to worry about dance. I know that I told them that they had 4 months to learn Spanish. They don't even have to learn Spanish. They just it's better if they learn to dance. But I think there's no better dance than the one that can come from the heart. The heartbeat dance. That's the only thing that they need to worry about and have fun and enjoy it.
When you think about the person who you were before the world knew your name, who's someone that comes to mind who always supported you, and how did they impact your life?
The first person that come to my mind is my mom, because she believed in me, and I'm not talking about my music career. I just talking about before everything. She believed in me as a person, as a human. She believed in me that in my decisions, in my opinions, in my taste, in my choices, and she believed that I could be a good person.
So many people are going to be watching around the world this halftime show, the Super Bowl too, but the halftime show. A lot of anticipation about what's going to happen with Bad Bunny. Also at that news conference this morning was Brandi Carlile. She's going to be singing America the Beautiful just before kickoff. And we have the interview with her coming up in our next half hour, so stick around for that. All right, also ahead in this next half hour, the Woodinville company behind some of those great freebies that you get at so many of the games. Baseball, hockey, football, BDA, cranking out the goods for Super Bowl 60. We're going to chat with the owner and huge sports fan, Jay Deutsch. And what do 49ers fans think about the invasion of the 12s? Drew Mickelson's here in San Francisco. He's chatting it up with locals. And Paul and I take a walk down memory lane when we made it to New York for Super Bowl 48 and then Arizona for 49. We'll be right back. And welcome back to our countdown to kickoff. This is a live look at Levi's Stadium, where in less than 3 days, the Seahawks will put it all on the line, vying for a Super Bowl win that we have been waiting more than a decade to see. And one of the people who's going to be in the stands at the stadium happens to be the man behind a lot of the merch that you may be so familiar with. He's also behind a lot of the merch for Super Bowl 60. This company is based in Woodinville. It is called BDA. And today we connected with the founder and owner, Jay Deutsch, who gave us a little peek of what some of the swag's going to look like for this season.
Okay, Jay Deutsch, you have been creating magic with merchandise for 4 decades now.
God, you just dated me, Joyce.
I know. I totally did. Just give us the backstory. What does BDA do?
BDA is a merchandise agency that I created 42 years ago. Man, I was in high school, 16 years old, called the NFL actually, got a license, and that's how the company started. Today, we're over 1,400 people around the globe. We're marching to $1 billion in sales.
What?
And I've got some of the most incredible people that we bring brands to life via merchandise, and we're happy to do it here at the Super Bowl.
So what is the secret sauce in creating merchandise that people want?
I think merch just creates emotion, and especially when you think about the teams here. You know, somebody to have a Seahawks shirt, it's their favorite, but now you gotta have it with the Super Bowl logo, and then it's gotta be cool. So that's what makes merchandise so special. It kind of creates moments, and those moments become real when you can take it home. So, you know, you take a picture for a reason, but if you've got the cap, the jacket, the sweatshirt, the rally towel, I mean, that's what ends up in someone's home.
So Super Bowl 60 is here. What have you created to make the magic for this game?
We do a lot around Super Bowls. First of all, as I started the company working with the NFL, we're very, very fortunate for our partnership with the NFL. So we actually have people in 345 Park that are planning Super Bowl merchandise for at least 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
And you're seeing some of that collection here.
Okay, show us some of the stuff you've created for the Super Bowl for this year.
Well, again,
or for the NFL.
You've got everything from, you know, we do NFL branded merchandise to then we get into the Super Bowl gear of, and again, remember when we're planning for Super Bowls, we know where the Super Bowl is going to be, which is unique because
months in advance.
Months in years in advance, actually. So then it becomes about the Super Bowl logos. You know, whether it's the city marks or just the Super Bowl logo itself. And then, you know, we're trying to create things that are really not only on brand, but they're fashion. So the tonal, the black on black here, we produce it, we make sure that it's the right garment, the right feel, the right quality. Oh, you're rocking that cap.
Right?
Rocking that cap.
I know, thank you.
That is so good. Don't let her take that off, that's pretty good. And we've got different things, so whether that's the NFL employee uniforms, jackets, backpacks, so that, you know, they come in and they've got to be taken care of. The NFL does a great job of taking care of their people.
What is it like for you to see your stuff on people in the stands, on the folks from the NFL, in the league, on the teams? I mean, what is it like for you when you're looking all around you and it's your stuff?
I still geek out. I'm a kid when it comes to it. I've been known to take pictures of people in my gear. But to me, like when I see our rally towels on a third down being waved, and I feel like I'm helping contribute to the team. And so
to the spirit of it.
100%. Used to be you could keep your ticket stub.
Yeah.
There's no ticket stub anymore.
Right.
So when you come in and you get a piece of merch, that is your ticket stub. And just so it said, we do New England and Seattle merchandise.
Of course.
We love all of our children in the NFL.
You're neutral.
Amazing. I am neutral.
But you're a diehard Seattle Seahawks sports fan, not just Seahawks, but Kraken. You probably know Deutsch is one of the owners of the Kraken. So fans will get this.
12
and they'll see this.
1 and the Super Bowl logo on the back.
Nice.
So this is like your Super Bowl ticket, and you've got the Seattle marketing crew. I've heard they're going to go down to the wharf, they're going to walk around town, they're going to hit some bars.
And just hand them out.
Where Seahawk fans are, they're going to try to paint the town green. And I'm going to say, bring your towels to the game. We got to win one.
Of all the Super Bowls you've done, of the 40 years you've been in the business, is there one product or one moment or one game that is the standout over those 40 years?
Joyce, that's a That's a tough one.
I think I know what you're going to say.
New York Jackets.
Yes! I knew it! I knew you were going to say New York.
New York was amazing. Let's just have another New York moment here in San Francisco,
Would
right?
that be sweet?
I'm feeling it. Now, I
Okay.
say that I'm neutral, and I am neutral, and I love it. But on Sunday, today I wear my BDA garb, but on Sunday, I am.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Let's go, Seahawks!
Woo! Hawks! Jay, thanks so much. This is so much fun. What a great gig you have.
I'm very lucky.
He really is just so delightful, so much energy. You can see the enthusiasm. He really absolutely loves what he does. And by the way, he is the guy behind the resurgence of the bobblehead. All those bobbleheads you get, at the stadium when you go to the baseball games, that's BDA. Just FYI. Okay, his company, 1,400 employees now, 50 offices all around the world, and growing and growing and growing. We have more to come, of course, in the next hour. They're converging on the Bay Area, but not everybody's happy about it. Drew Mickelson catching up with the 12s, getting mixed reception from 49ers fans. And a Northwest legend will be taking the stage during the Super Bowl. Brandi Carlile talked to the media today about what it means to be part of one of the biggest events in sports.
Well, hi there. I'm Perella Lewis, and I've got some great news for Super Bowl Sunday. If you are actually going to be in Santa Clara, leading up to then, I mean, today, tonight, as we go into tomorrow, it's just absolutely gorgeous. The ridge of high pressure still very much in control. Few high clouds, but that's really about it. As we put this into motion, our future cast, it's showing dry as we go into Friday, dry as we go into Saturday. So what about Super Bowl Sunday? Well, as you can see, we will see an increase in clouds. There'll be a little bit of fog before 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then those clouds gradually increase later in the afternoon. However, for Super Bowl itself, it's looking really good. By the way, the last time there was a Super Bowl at Levi's Stadium, it was sunny and dry. You go back to the mid-'80s when this area hosted a Super Bowl, about 14 miles from here, or 20 minutes. It was also dry, so it looks like it's got a really good record, and this year will not be an exception. Highs in the upper 60s. After some morning fog, you're looking at partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds as the game is going on and as you leave the game. But it's looking really good for tailgating, really great at the game itself, and even heading home. Not going to be bad at all. Speaking of home, if you're staying here at home, it's going to be a very different story. We have some rainfall and a little bit cooler. Temperatures will be in the 50s. In fact, we're going to get some rainfall back Saturday into Sunday. And then as we get into next week, just kind of an unsettled unsettled weather pattern, but I'll tell you, for the Super Bowl Sunday in Santa Clara, the weather couldn't be any better.
I couldn't agree with you more. The weather's been amazing all week long. So our Olympia Bureau hit the road to head south to get here. They didn't see many 12s along the way. But now Drew Mickelson has arrived in the Bay Area in San Francisco. And, well, it's a different story now.
San Francisco's Union Square got its name because of the pro-union rallies held here before the Civil War. The Seahawks-49ers rivalry isn't quite that heated, but remember, the Seahawks just eliminated the Niners from the playoffs, and that's just the most recent chapter of this long history. History is alive in San Francisco, a city where they like celebrating the past.
It's a beautiful piece of the world, but doesn't compare to Seattle now.
Kieran and Jennifer can't afford Super Bowl tickets.
Go Hawks!
But they flew down from Seattle this week just to enjoy the sights, the hype, and the rivalry.
We went in to get a latte earlier on this morning, and the lady said, I don't think I can serve you. She looked at us and then she laughed and she said, what are you having?
It hurts to see Seattle here. Sorry about you guys, Seattle, but it hurts to see them on our field, and it's really going to hurt if they win to celebrate on our field.
Despite their recent playoff elimination to the Hawks,
Go Seahawks! Go Seahawks!
Niners!
49er fans are everywhere here.
Go Hawks! What can you say?
The ones we've seen have not been angry or mean, even to the 12s who drove down in their shiny sports cars.
Beast mode!
Or Olympia's Joey Goodwin, who got a souvenir beer stein engraved with a bold prediction.
Hawks, SBLX champs. Super Bowl champs. The game is just a formality.
Are you superstitious at all? Because some Hawks fans are going to be saying, Joey, dude.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a done deal.
We were here since August 5th, 1962.
Talk about history. Kevin Chan's family opened the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory more than 60 years ago. They hand make thousands of cookies a day.
Not just the taste, it's about love.
He has nothing but love for the Seahawks on Sunday.
I'm sure they're going to blow it up because they're hungry. The Seahawks are hungry.
So despite the recent history, it appears this host city is ready to be gracious, willing to move on when it comes to the Hawks.
They are, of course, heartbroken, and so we have to be a little bit sensitive to the fact that it is their area. They had visions of them making it. It would have been a great experience for them.
One factor that could help the 12s, 49er fans also have plenty of hatred towards the New England Patriots. In San Francisco, Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.
Thanks, Drew. And still ahead, she's singing America the Beautiful just before kickoff of Super Bowl 60. We're going to hear from Brandi Carlile, Washington's own, coming up. And the Seahawks' first-round pick is an offensive lineman. We're going to check in with Gray Zabel's family. So events are really ramping up this week as we get closer to the Super Bowl. Tick-tock, just less than 3 days away now. Can hardly wait, right? And this is where it's all going to be happening at Levi Stadium. Let's take a look for you. That stadium is in Santa Clara, of course, just about 40 miles from where we are in San Francisco. Paul Sylvia has been there all week, hanging out with the players, talking to the coaches. But tonight, he's here with us in San Francisco, because this is where all the action is.
You allowed me to come up here in civilization instead of a parking garage.
Let's switch for a day.
Yeah, this
no,
is great.
not even.
Now, a lot of fun. The cool thing about being down there is you're around the players, because the Seahawks are practicing at San Jose State. Santa Clara is only a few miles up the road.
You're talking my mic.
So it's just real easy to do. So, we're talking about this Seahawks team and guys like Uchenna Nwosu. He's had a lot of fun. He's a veteran, and he's had a lot of fun this year, Joyce, in this Super Bowl week, because he's never been in a situation like this. And he grabbed his phone, and he was running around yesterday, recording his teammates, talking to reporters. I mean, he was hitting all these tables and just having so much fun. But even he admits that fun and all those answering of the questions is time to put in the rearview mirror, and he can't wait to get back to playing some football.
This week has been great, honestly. To keep it real, it's kind of opposite of when we're back in Seattle. It's like when we're here, it's like the media, guys are kind of getting tired of, getting asked the same questions. And so we're kind of looking forward to being back on the practice field, being back out there with each other, playing football again. So, back when you're at your home during the season, it's like, oh, you got to go to practice. Oh, it's this, is that. But now it's flipped, because it's now all this is stuff like it's kind of a distraction. But now everybody's kind of looking forward to being back on the football field playing ball together. So it's kind of flipped.
Taking aside the obvious incident that happened at practice yesterday, how good was it to be back at practice? Finally, the pads back on, hitting each other and doing that.
It felt good. Everybody felt excited to be out there. Everybody felt confident in the game plan. We got sun. Practicing the sun, which also felt good to get a good sweat in, feel the sun. Everything's been going good.
When you look at the Patriots, what stands out to you, and especially when you have to game plan for a guy like Drake May who loves to get up?
That, like you said, he's athletic. He's more athletic than I've noticed. When you watch more tape on him, he's fast. He's a good decision maker with the ball. He can make all the throws. So it's going to be a good challenge for us to make sure we can do our best to contain him, contain their good receiving core. They got a good running game. It'll be a good challenge for us.
I know Sam likes to stay in the pocket a little bit more, but is there anything that Sam does that kind of helps you prepare for Drake, or are they just totally different guys?
When we're going up in practice, we don't practice against Sam, so we have guys like Drew Lock and Jalen Milroe giving us the good looks, trying to emulate Drake May's play as much as possible. And they do a great job at practice with their scrambling and make sure we're containing the quarterback, the throws that they're making, the looks that they're giving us. So shout out to Drew and shout out to Jalen.
Especially a guy like Jalen, right? You bring in a guy who can definitely run outside the pocket.
Yeah.
How has he been helping you guys prepare for a guy like Drake?
Yeah, just like you said, the ability to make plays on the move, which Drake does. Jalen's been giving us a good week of practice and preparation and looks all week, and so that's closest to us it's going to get. Drake May might not be as fast as Milroe, but he still gives us a good look of what Drake May can do.
Going into each week, we know the teams that we're going against, all their strengths, all of their weaknesses, and we try to exploit their weaknesses. And I feel like going into each week that we do a good job of doing that.
How does Jay really how is he as a special teams coach, and how does he scheme that up and really kind of put you guys in a position for success?
He's very smart. He understands us and how he understands how to put us in a good situation to succeed. And we do a good job at listening to him, and he hasn't told us anything wrong. He's right about a lot of things. He puts in countless hours of film study, so just having a guy that takes pride in special teams and his job, it's a blessing.
Does it ever hit you that if you didn't recover that muff punt, you might not actually be sitting here today?
No, I don't like to think of it that way. That's a little hypothetical. But, you know, I recovered it, and, you know, I put our team in a good situation to, you know, put points up on the board. We don't know how the game would have went if I didn't recover it, but I know if I didn't recover it, I mean, they would have had a long way to score. So, yeah, I don't think of it that way.
It's pretty cool, though, isn't it?
Yes, very cool.
What was your favorite special teams moment of the whole season?
Of the whole season? Oh, the 49ers opening play, like 100%. For us to just come out and take it to the house, play one, like we talk about that. We always break the huddle on to the crib on 3. And then for us to actually take it to the crib, it was insane. The crowd it was just a crazy experience.
Derek Young has been a specialist on the special teams, and you know he touched on that fumble, Joyce. And the first fumble, he wasn't in position to recover it, and he said, "Fool me once, that's on me. Fool me twice, no chance." And on that second chance, he was all over it, and that was one of the biggest plays in that game.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know this is not Paul's first rodeo for a Super Bowl. You've been to all 3, now 4. This is the 4th one.
Yep.
The first one, let's just talk about that. In Detroit, the Seahawks taking on the Steelers.
Yeah, the first one was fun for me because selfishly, that's my hometown, and I wanted to go back there for a Super Bowl. It was awesome. So personally, it was a great experience until the game started. But I remember about Ford Field being packed with Steelers terrible towels because Pittsburgh's, 4.5-hour drive from Detroit. All those fans came up, and it was – you watched on TV. It felt like it was 75% Steelers fans in that place. And, of course, Mike Holmgren came back and said, yeah, I knew we had to battle the Steelers, but I didn't know we had to battle the refs too. So
yes.
and the refs apologized after that Super Bowl for some of the calls they made. So it's it was just one of those unfortunate things. It was a poorly officiated Super Bowl. The NFL admitted it, even the refs themselves admitted it. But it was the first, and that was awesome. The first Super Bowl was worth celebrating.
And then there was the second. Super Bowl 49.
Go, Joyce, because
New York.
She's been talking about that since 2013. So keep going.
Okay, because what was so great about that was the lead up to the Super Bowl. You guys all remember the games, so many games leading up to that we thought we were going to lose. Down 16 points, down 21 points, and then we would come back. You knew it was going to be a magical season. The Legion of Boom. Russell Wilson was like a baby quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
doing so great.
Yeah, but that defense definitely carried them that season and smoked the Broncos in the Super Bowl. But I will say this: a lot of the analysts and the experts in the NFL were watching these two teams the last couple of weeks of the season, the postseason, then watching them practice, and all of them said, to a person saying, man, this isn't even going to be close because the Seahawks were that much more talented than the Broncos. And a lot of those guys expected it to be a blowout, and it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
We crushed them.
Yep.
And then there was Super Bowl 49 in Arizona.
So let's go to the break. No. No.
Paul's been telling me for years to get over it, Joyce, but I cannot. But you know what? Here's the thing. These two teams, they don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is funny.
They were children.
Yeah, I mean, someone asked Mike McDonald in the presser the other day, is this about avenging, that loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl? And he just simply answered no. And that was it. Next question. I mean, this is not a rematch. No. This is not about avenging that. This is a whole different era, two totally different teams. And, man, a lot to look forward to Sunday. So we're excited about it for sure.
Hardly wait.
Yeah.
You know, little Parker, 14 years old, on our first day here, said he thinks they're going to win by 7.
Okay.
Parker, we hope you're right. Okay, we have more coming up. We certainly do. Let's see, where's my next thing? Oh, let's get to a tease for you. Okay, so we've been talking about Brandi Carlile. A lot of buzz about the halftime show that's coming up. She's going to be singing America the Beautiful on Sunday, and she spoke about this opportunity this morning.
One of the things I love about being in my 40s versus when I was given opportunities or big moments when I was younger is I would just disassociate from the pressure. But I think now I'm able to sort of you get that superpower, I think, at this point in life where you get to calm down, centralize yourself, and be there, and actually experience these milestones in life that when your life flashes before your eyes, you'll see things like this, and you don't want to be gone.
You want to be present, right?
You want to be there.
How have you approached America the Beautiful, and how are you going to get there?
Well, I think first of all, I would encourage anybody to go and find the full version of America the Beautiful, the lyric written by this brilliant woman, Catherine Lee Bates. And it reads and the way I would love for people to interpret the song is more of a prayer than a boast. You know, this is a song about a country, a beautiful country that ebbs and flows in terms of hope and it's a work in progress. And the song believes we can get there, and I believe we can get there. And so for that reason, I can put my whole self into that song and believe what I'm saying. And that's my job on Sunday. The Super Bowl is a really unifying thing. It's a big thing in this country. And all my friends and family are so excited for me getting to be an interpreter of this lyric and to be a part of this opportunity. So I take it like you guys too. This is heavy stuff. These are big days, and we're being given a high honor here, and what we do with it matters. We all know we're supposed to be ourselves. We're told to be ourselves, and that is the most important thing. But being yourself is cool, but community is even cooler. So it's like anybody can be themselves alone, but if you can be yourself around other people that are different than you and make your way into a community, I think that's the most powerful way to come up through any dream.
Brandi, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, you are.
Let's go. Man, the Seattle Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. Come on. Sorry. I'm born and raised in Seattle, and my girls are such jocks, my little girls. I've never been a sports lady. I can't even run in a straight line. It's ridiculous. But my daughters, inexplicably, are total jocks, and they have just got me in line quick. So I am making up for lost time as a fan.
Of course, there is no surprise at all that she's going to be rooting for the home team. Can't wait to hear her sing, though. America the Beautiful, it's going to be stunning. Okay, so ahead of the game, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson and Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey have set up a friendly little wager. If the Seahawks win, Healey has agreed to send Governor Ferguson lobster rolls, clam chowder, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and in the unlikely event the Patriots are to win, Ferguson has agreed to send Healey some Washington shellfish and some coffee. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, we will win that bet. The Bay Area is getting ready for a huge number of Seahawks fans and Patriots fans to come to town. So there's all kinds of preparations going underway for travel, for safety, for entertainment. Dustin Dorsey reports tonight from Santa Clara.
Super Sunday is right around the corner, and it's all going down right here in our home at Levi Stadium. But before the Seahawks and the Patriots take over, we're giving you a first-hand look at the stadium, the field, and the food and drinks. Let's go.
Most NFL stadiums don't get to host a Super Bowl very often, so we really wanted this to be memorable.
NFL crews have been at work for 5 weeks, reconfiguring Levi Stadium to host 65,000 fans, as well as media from around the world for the big game. And it definitely has a Bay Area look and feel.
Our NFL creative team really did a great job looking to the Bay, incorporating the redwoods and a lot of that local flair that you'll see copying up in different elements of it.
The food and drinks were inspired by the Bay as well. Gilroy garlic steak frites, a Chinatown dog, and even a 3.5-pound LX burger. I caught up with Chef John Severson before I dug in.
What do I need to try for the Super Bowl?
I go with the Dungeness crab patachos, right? Local fresh Dungeness crab, white cheddar fondue. Can't go wrong. Our take on an upscale Super Bowl worthy nacho.
As someone born and raised here, it's great to see local Bay Area flavors on display. Now, Dungeness crab, not exactly a traditional stadium favorite, but it is a delicious one.
I kind of issued a challenge to all the chefs that I work here with, and I was like, let's all come up with a cool dish. Let's create a wow item.
Wow is a great way to describe what fans will be able to enjoy Sunday. I certainly enjoyed everything, especially the bacon cheeseburger and San Francisco sticky roll. And I can confirm NFL stars DeAndre Swift and Zay Flowers did as well.
That's good right there. What I'm talking about right there. Oh, okay.
And welcome back. You know, close to 70,000 fans filled the seats at Lumen Field for that NFC Championship game. And some of those seats were filled by family members of Mama Blue, a Seahawks icon, as you remember. And we sent our Drew Andre to talk to some of them about keeping her legacy alive.
The blue wig, the sparkling glasses. Seat 11 in Section 125 is forever reserved for Patty Mama Blue Hammond. These days, those 6 seats in the lower bowl are filled every home game by her family.
She is still there with us when we go to games.
Mama Blue passed away in 2023 at the age of 92. Her spirit still lives on through 4 generations of her family, who are all diehard 12s.
Any family gatherings, that's all we talk about, what's going on with the Seahawks. Our family stays connected through her, even though she isn't here physically. It's still just the Seahawks just brings us together, and that's because of what we learned from her.
Mama Blue's such a legend, she's even in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Steven's favorite Seahawk memory with his great-grandma is the 2014 NFC Championship.
Seattle's going to the Super Bowl! She would not sit down the whole game, and she seemed like she was the only one in our whole section that was still cheering as loud as she could. And that's for sure something that I still try to do every game.
Now he will be there Sunday as the Seahawks have a chance to make the Super Bowl for the first time since that improbable comeback win over the Packers. In the crowd, you may spot a custom Mama Blue jersey. A little way for them to say, Mama Blue, we love you. Drew Andre, King 5 News.
Seahawks hard at work, of course, preparing for Super Bowl Sunday. But according to one player, preparation starts really off the field with some team bonding.
After some early season inconsistencies, Reek Woolen is playing some of his best football towards the end of the season. But heading into the Super Bowl week, he's really cherishing the time he spends off the field with his teammates.
Honestly, I feel like it just starts back from when we had joint practice. I tell people that's kind of like how I feel when we left to Green Bay. We the only people on the road. We all we got, and that's kind of like how I feel here. And being out here this whole week, we just continue to go together. I know you see us shadow boxing, so we just try to make everything feel like we at home.
Yeah, Mike was actually just talking about that, about how you guys did, walked around, talked about where are we going to be in 10 years, or like in 10 years, how are we going to look back on this? Where do you think that you guys are going to look back in this in 10 years?
So hopefully, God willing, win, and but if anything, just looking back at this, just all the memories, the camaraderie, the locker room talks, things we do outside, just a game of football, us just hanging out, watching TV or something, going to go get food, going to dinner, little things like that, just because those are the moments that really build us up and make us a team, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people think just the football stuff is what make a team, but it's just spending that outside time and, doing the extra little things outside of football, that's what makes us so tight.
I know you guys have been doing a lot of this media obligations lately, but you finally got back onto the practice field yesterday, finally put your pads back on. How did it feel to just finally hit somebody?
Honestly, it felt good, just because it felt like, we getting back into the regular week of things, and you just feel natural again. I hate, really doing football season, I hate having a couple of days off just because, it's during the season, you're going to have to run, you're going to have to move, so even when we had those days where we kind of had time off, I tried to do little things to make sure I had my body moving, so that way when we got to practice, it just felt good. So I seen a lot of smiles yesterday at practice, so I know we had a good time.
Nick said that he feels good. He's going to play on Sunday. How relieving for your DB group is it to know that Nick Emenwari will be back on the field?
Oh, yeah, having him out here out on the field with us is a great thing. He makes a lot of plays and he helps our defense out, and he's a big part of, us getting here. So having him ready to play this week is going to be fun, and we got some of the best trainers in the world. We got the best supporting staff around him to make sure his mind and mental and his physicals will be just as fine at kickoff.
Last for me, Reek, all of your teammates said they would never let their sister date you. What does that make you feel, and do you have any rebuttal to that?
Oh, no, it is funny. We all laugh about it. If you're on this team and you're on a team that's so tight-knit as us, you don't find anything like crazy. We all laugh about it just because that's just us, that's our team. We know each other. So to the outside world, it just seems so crazy and all these different things. But to us, we just laugh and goof at it. I just tell them I must be too much good of a guy that you don't want me to date your sister. So that's just how it is. But other than that, I'm a nice guy.
They may not want him dating their sister, but they definitely want him in the secondary. He leads the team with 12 passes defensed and holding opponents just 2.7 yards per target in man coverage. That's the best in the league. Joyce?
Thanks, Ariel. So, still to come, what is it like being a first-round draft pick, a rookie, and going to the Super Bowl? We're going to talk to Gray Zabel's family straight ahead. So, as exciting as this week is for fans, it's probably just as exciting, maybe even more exciting, and a little nerve-wracking for the players' families. So, King 5's Jim Nelson was able to talk to the parents of a rookie to see what it's like for their family with their son making a big impact. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, Joyce, I was there at the Seahawks draft night party when they made Gray Zabel their top choice. I don't think he, his family, or anyone could have imagined the journey they were about to go on, or that it would come to an end in year one here at the Super Bowl. His parents just got in yesterday from Pierre, South Dakota. Talk about a whirlwind. Zabel played his college ball at small but mighty North Dakota State University. They won championships there, so success is nothing new, but this is the NFL. Despite the long odds, he earned a starting spot, and now he is a key part of a Super Bowl contender.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that he's playing in the NFL, period, let alone the Super Bowl. So it's been crazy, and we can't even believe that it's all taken place like it has. So
yeah, we enjoy it. Most importantly, Gray is still Gray, the Gray we knew. Good person, caring person, humble. Yeah. That's probably more important to me as a parent, that he's a good person than it is being a good football player.
So humble, so appreciative, because look, they realize these opportunities may not come around every year or even ever again. And Joyce, I think sometimes we lose sight of the fact that behind every great athlete, there's somebody great behind the scenes. Could be a parent, a grandparent, maybe a coach who really lays the foundation for so many of these athletes. Time to show them some love too, because they are the ones who got a lot of these athletes